Best gangster and mafia quotes about life, money, and loyalty. Don't forget to subscribe. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Mafia is a process, not a thing. Mafia is a form of clan cooperation to which its individual members pledge lifelong loyalty, friendship, connections, family ties, trust, loyalty, obedience. This was the glue that held us together. You don't make up for your sins in church. You do it in the streets. You do it at home. The rest is bullshit and you know it. Wherever there's opportunity, the mafia will be there. The myths die hard, especially within the mafia. Capitalism is the legitimate racket of the ruling class. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. No one will ever kill me, they wouldn't dare. The IRS. They're like the mafia, they can take anything they want. A man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. Guilt is the mafia of the mind. Prohibition has made nothing but trouble. The triumph of anything is a matter of organization. Ours is a government of checks and balances. The mafia and crooked businessmen make out checks, and the politicians and other compromised officials improve their bank balances. There is no rule of law until the mafia needs lawyers. I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown. Work harder, work longer, and earn less because the mafia needs your money. Desperation is like stealing from the mafia. You stand a good chance of attracting the wrong attention. Hell, I'm not saying I'm an angel, but when it came to dirty tricks I couldn't hold a candle to the Irish mafia. I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. The monks are like the mafia. You're in for life. Nobody gets out. The racing bug is never going to go away. It's like the mafia. Mafia is the best example of capitalism we have. So what is government? Very simply, it is an agency of coercion. Of course, there are other agencies of coercion, such as the mafia. So to be more precise, government is the agency of coercion that has flags in front of its offices. Thus making it worse, the labor movement got the mafia curse. When the Communist Party comes to power, it acts a lot like the mafia. If you are a loyal member in good standing, everything is yours. You're protected, even if you commit a crime. I don't think I will do a mafia character again. I want to get away from the violence a little bit, because it is starting to bother me personally. A group of politicians deciding to dump a president because his morals are bad is like the mafia getting together to bump off the Godfather for not going to church on Sunday. Popular culture tells you that schools and parents don't know what's going on, the police are dogs, politicians are all liars and scum, and any crime that's not committed by the mafia is done by the CIA. I usually lump organized religion, organized labor, and organized crime together. The mafia gets points for having the best restaurants. Once you're in, you're in. It's like the mafia. Once a monkey, always a monkey. When you get to political machines that can control a state, then you're really into organized crime, almost. You're fighting a political mafia. I am originally from Indiana. I know what most of you are thinking, Indiana, mafia. Fredo, you're my older brother and I love you. But don't ever take sides against the family again. Ever. There is no single field of activity, not a single institution, free of the most brutal sort of corruption. Russia has bred a world-class mafia. A mafia guy in Vegas gave me this advice: run your own race, put on your blinders. The Communist Party apparatus was the most gigantic mafia the world has ever known. There is no reason why good cannot triumph as often as evil. The triumph of anything is a matter of organization. If there are such things as angels, I hope that they are organized along the lines of the mafia. I'm very proud of being Italian American, but people don't realize that the mafia is just this aberration. The real community is built on the working man, the guy who's the cop, the fireman, the truck driver, the bus driver. Of course, the biggest mafia in Russia has always been the government, in Soviet times, the Communist Party, and now a circle of former KGB and FSB. And still she felt more confident at the prospect of taking on the Russian mafia than she did attending a backyard barbecue. One usually dies because one is alone, or because one has got into something over one's head. One often dies because one does not have the right alliances, because one is not given support. In Sicily, the mafia kills the servants of the state that the state has not been able to protect. A rumor that followed me forever was that my family was in the mafia. For years I had to live with it. They'd call me the mafia princess, so I rolled with it for the rest of high school. People even joke about it today. People say, "Gee, you do a lot of mafia movies." I think I've done 2 out of 60. Abortion is not the lesser of 2 evils. It is a crime. It is to throw someone out in order to save another. That's what the mafia does. Running a casino is like robbing a bank with no cops around. For guys like me, Las Vegas washes away your sins. It's like a morality car wash. Congress is a mafia running a protection racket. I spent much of my prison time reading. I must have read over 200 large books, mostly fictional stories about the American pioneers, the Vikings, mafia, etc. As long as I was engrossed in a book, I was not in prison. Reading was my escape. The same liberty that protects me also protects members of the mafia. There is no good reason good can't triumph over evil, if only angels will get organized along the lines of the mafia. Italian Americans are not the mafia. Now everybody is mafia. You got the Russian mafia, the Mexican mafia. Everybody is mafia these days. If God kills, lies, cheats, discriminates, and otherwise behaves in a manner that puts the mafia to shame, that's okay, he's God. He can do whatever he wants. Anyone who adheres to this philosophy has had his sense of morality, decency, justice, and humaneness warped beyond recognition by the very book that is supposedly preaching the opposite. Everyone always says, does it bother you that Italians are always portrayed as mafia characters? No, it doesn't bother me. First of all, not everybody in my family is in the mafia. I have one uncle who's clean. Communism is as Jewish as the mafia is Italian. It's a fact that almost all of the convicted spies for communism have been atheist Jews like the Rosenbergs. An international communism was invented by the Jew Karl Marx and has since been led mostly by Jews, like Trotsky. There's no real nationalism in this county. If you're poor in America, that's a criminal offense. You're not only a criminal for being poor, but you're also stupid and deficient. We don't have this national feeling of fraternity. We live in an individualist state where everyone hates everyone else, except your immediate family. We live in a mafia state. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also watch the videos you see on the screen. Have a good day.